Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the cottage, housing points and villager multiplier. Note that this video will contain spoilers, so if you wish to explore the world of Aska on your own, now is the time to turn off this video. Still here? Good, let's go. Alright, we got our cottage built. If we go inside, we will see that it comes with 2 beds and 1 fireplace. The fireplace will be detrimental in winter as it will keep everyone inside warm. Now, it is a little bit empty in here. The 2 villagers sharing such a big house is a little wasteful. Imagine if we could put more people in here in preparation for winter. If we open the builder menu category 15, you can see that here we have furniture. All of these can be placed inside the cottage. So we are going to go ahead and place down some extra beds. Remember when I told you to not harvest thatch for fiber in my 5th video? Each bed costs 8 thatch to build. Anyhow, we are going to build a couple of beds. Now, since I am very far away from the beach, but quite close to a lake, I can tell my woodcutters to help gather thatch for me. I run over to the lake and build a wood harvester marker. Then I'm gonna open tab, go to structures, workstation and choose woodcutter. Here I go to tasks, I scroll down till I find thatch. And here I put the priority on high. Right away my woodcutter is running to get the thatch from the lake. Now back to the cottage. There are 4 important things to learn about housing in general. Let's open the cottage menu. Each house will have their own comfort, area desirability, and defense points. You get more information where all the points come from by hovering over each of these. The comfort points are counted by what you build inside the building. You can add furniture to get some extra points. Personally, I always build a firewood storage, as it will be useful in winter. These are the default points, and this is after adding the extra beds and firewood storage. Area desirability is what is around the cottage. If we go to tab and to structures, you can see the area desirability for each building, either positive or negative. As you can see, our workshop pit, woodcutter and stonecutter are close enough to give the negative points to our cottage. On screen you can see all the buildings that give negative area desirability. Now, if you accidentally build one of them close to a house, it's not the end of the world. You can mitigate some of the negative points by building something that gives positive points nearby. As long as the total points are not negative, you are safe. You don't need to only build big structures, you can also go ahead to the builder menu, category 17, where you find decorations. These do give positive area desirability points. Now, defense points can only be given by defense structures like barrack, archery range, or patrol markers. Given that our villagers want to feel safe both at home and work, one of our main concerns when planning our village should be to squeeze in these structures at key locations to have as wide range as possible. I will make a more in-depth video about that later. This is all good and dandy, let's put in 13 beds inside the cottage and move on with life. Oh wait, we might not want to do that. Another thing that we get in the houses is the villager multiplier. You can see it here at the bottom, agent count multiplier. The more villagers that are assigned to a house, the lower the multiplier becomes. This means that the more villagers that live in a house, the less points the house will have overall. When you have 1 villager, the multiplier is 1. And the more you add, the lower the number becomes. The lowest multiplier is 0.10, and you get this by assigning 10 workers to the cottage. If your housing points are high, you can go all sardine mode and place 16 beds in the cottage like this. Early game though, you might not want to do that, but for science, I am going to put all my 6 villagers here and leave it at that. Done. Now when I have moved all of my villagers to the cottage, you can see that all the shelters are empty. We can now dismantle these for parts. The biggest difference between the cottage and the shelter is that you can have multiple people in the same space and they only need 1 fireplace, while the shelter would need to be placed around a campfire in order for the villagers not to freeze to death during winter. And as we can see, our points have now gone down quite a bit because of our 6 villagers inside the cottage. A lot of you might wonder if you should build any of the other furnitures inside the cottage. Personally, I don't build anything apart from the firewood storage. There is really no reason to put in all of these storages inside the house. For that, we have something much better. And I will talk about that in the coming video. This concludes the walkthrough of the cottage, housing points and villager multiplier. Thank you for watching.